Hello and welcome back to part 3. Today we are going to be eco-printing the felted cowl that we made in parts 1 and parts 2. So if you haven't seen them, please have a look. So I had planned to do it over the campfire, but unfortunately it is far too windy outside, so that has not happened. But my husband, bless him, went out for a new bottle of gas this morning so I could do it on the campfire in the tent. The eco printing is going to bring this to life, and then when it's dry it's going to look great. I'm sure it's going to look great. You never know what you're going to get with an eco print. You just don't know what you're going to get, but that's what I really love about it. It's the mystery that I think is really exciting. I also have here the sample that we made for Fflwff calculator. Again, if you haven't seen my video on the Fflwff calculator, I have created a calculator that is free for anybody to use that will calculate your shrinkage and therefore what layout you need to create when making anything really. But unfortunately, when I did the Fflwff calculator, I made an error and I actually put the wrong figure in. So unfortunately, the Fflwff calculator is pretty foolproof, but it doesn't allow for people putting the wrong figures in. But yes, so I did, and therefore my cowl was working out far too small, so I abandoned it. Anyway, I did finish it off, and because I thought it would be great as a kid's neck warmer. So it's a lovely piece of felted silk, and even if I don't use it as a neck warmer, I'll have it as a sample to make something else out of it, maybe a purse or anything really. And I'm also going to off camera experiment with some cotton. I've never done cotton before, so I certainly don't want to lead you astray, but I'm going to see if I can eco print an old white t-shirt that isn't very white anymore. So see if I can bring that back to life, so that would be great. So we'll get started. So first we need to go and light the campfire, and we need to go and collect some foliage. Well, I've lit the gas stove and I wanted to use the copper pot this time and see how that works. The water was still in the big pot, massive pot, and that when I last eco printed I had put the rusty horseshoe in it, and I think from the prints there's enough iron in that water, and also now obviously we have all that copper and the copper rust, so I really don't think we need to add a horseshoe or anything else like that. But I have reused the water, so I've probably overfilled it, not really allowed enough for my bundles, but we'll see. I think I'll just leave the lid off for a little bit. The water looks really grubby because it was used last time. Obviously it's had plant material cooked in it, and also it had a rusty horseshoe in it as well, so it's kind of iron water in a way. I can still smell the vinegar in it, so I'm not adding more vinegar because I will be spraying my bundles with vinegar anyway. So it's all very exciting. It's a shame we couldn't do it on the campfire, but it's at the same time it's really good that we have this old tent that we left up over winter. So it was just really to store stuff for tools and things while we're redeveloping the site. But it's really good that it is here because it's given us another option. So next we'll go and gather some leaves, then we can start creating our bundles. All very exciting. Got plenty to choose from. Oh, there's a sycamore just there. It's at a nice level. This area used to be completely overgrown, and then you couldn't get in here at all. And then we got some pigs, and they did an amazing job for us. Absolutely amazing. And as you can see, well, over there is where the girl sheep live, so they keep that clear. But this is now accessible. Unfortunately, the pigs kept escaping, and they went in the end to live with Gareth Jones, the well-known farmer. Well, his son collected them for us and really helped us out of a fix, because we didn't know what to do with these escaping pigs. We didn't want to send them to slaughter. Caris and Alice, they were called. Lots of fun. Right, anyway, nice sycamore with nice small leaves. So there's plenty I can collect off here without damaging the tree. In this area we'll be having a safari tent soon, so we always promised ourselves we wouldn't cut down trees, living trees for our own gain, but those were ash that sadly had ash dieback. There's still some more there with ash dieback, but the important thing was to make sure that there wasn't unfalling on the safari tent when it's up. But I believe with ash dieback, some are showing resistance, so a tree can survive ash dieback. And if our trees can survive, or any of our trees can survive, then those trees can be used to cross-pollinate other trees and hopefully fight this disease that's killing our ash trees. So all this row and all the way along there, they're all hazel trees. We get a lot of hazel in the autumn. Cobnuts. Husband's been cutting back here. This is the glamp site as it was, but sadly Rodwen the caravan has had to be retired, so we're looking for somebody to buy her that will restore her. And then that's where the bathroom is in the shepherd's hut. And there's my studio. I'm so lucky. So we have the foliage that I've just collected. In here I have got some eucalyptus leaves that I've been soaking for a few days. I don't have any eucalyptus trees. All of my trees in my woodland are native. So apart from maybe sycamore, that's originally from America, but it's kind of a classic British tree these days. But eucalyptus is fantastic for eco-dyeing. But I found, if you're in the UK, there is a well-known shop called The Range, and there they have these $2.99 each for dried eucalyptus. So so my studio smells amazing now, because I bought four of them, and one of them I've stripped and put in the water here, because apparently the eucalyptus water is useful in the pot as well, although I've overfilled the pot, so probably I won't be able to get any stuff. Yeah, so that's the eucalyptus. Got the foliage I've just collected, and I have lots of onion skins. This basket stays on my kitchen top all the time, and then we just add to it, and then family members come round with little bags of onion skins that I add to it. So I have it ongoing. Then we have our rusty metal pipes, and the aluminium tin can be used as well. So in fact we will use an aluminium tin I think, because it's easier for those that are watching that struggle with arthritis, or like me, Parkinson's, or any disability that makes things difficult. Obviously having something larger makes it easier. So I think we will definitely use the tin for at least one of them. Then we have rusty pipes. Some of them, this is our kitchen broom, long handled brush, broom, whatever you call it. I couldn't find a rusty pipe, and then I noticed that the broom handle was a bit rusty. So I pinched it, and I had my husband cut it up without telling him that it was actually the handle of our broom. He wasn't happy. So yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. So but they had some paint on them, and the actual paint obviously is going to block the rust from impacting on the eco print, but it actually created a really nice effect. So I probably won't use the one that's got a lot of paint on. This is my collection so far of pipes, but I do want to expand my range of rusty pipes. So that's those. And then I have some, this is just cut up t-shirts, just cut into strips, and we'll be using this to wrap. We have some white vinegar, which I always forget to spray it, but hopefully I'll remember in the video. And then I've got an old towel. And so I think we're sorted. I'm going to put the old towel down on, so just to protect my, I say protect my tablecloth. I think I've already got to the point where the tablecloth needs replacing really, but never mind. Just pick up my cotton off the floor. Right. So I'm thinking, what shall we do? What shall we do? Oh, should have had votes previously, shouldn't I? I definitely want eucalyptus in here. It would be nice to have some sycamore though. Right. I won't use the bramble because I'm concerned about pulling it. I know you can break them off. I'm just trying to get my secateurs. Right. I think I should get some little baby leaves. Oh, actually, I'll use the really small ones on the child's one. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Right, so they print differently top to bottom. I don't like that one, it's got all in it. I know they say that it all adds to the interest of it, but I think start off as you mean to go on there. They will print differently depending on which side is in touch with the material, with the fabric. So, should I do this so it's a... I'm going to do it so that you can wear it either way up, because I don't want people to have to worry about which way up their neck scarf is. So I want that right to the edge. So, and you're just doing one half because you'll be folding it onto the other half. Going to put some on top. I'm sure you're not supposed to do that. I'm sure you're supposed to space them all out. But I'm not very good at following the rules. That's going to end up being a line if I'm not careful. It's hard to think how that's going to be afterwards, and as I say, you don't actually know how it's going to look. It's always going to be something of a surprise. Right, I probably overloaded that. But and I've remembered my spray. pull that over. And, do you know what, did I do it different ways up in the end? Do you know what, I said how to do it different ways up and then I didn't, did I? There we go. So obviously that's going to print the other way around on this side. There we go. Oh, I better spray it again, haven't I? Gimbal ran out of charge, so I lost the camera. So that's now sorted, and I've put the top camera on. So we will create the child size version of the cowl. And hopefully it'll look similar to the adult size. I'm going to struggle to find enough little ones. There's little ones, but they've all got big holes in them. I think when you're picking them, you think you have more than enough, but then you don't allow for how picky you become afterwards. Right, so if we have little ones top and bottom, I'll turn that the right way around, and then we'll put some sycamore, not some sycamore, that is sycamore. These broken bits I'll just put in the water afterwards. You're just going to be careful not to sort of create a line, because that's going to get duplicated onto here. So you just got to try and, as humans we struggle with randomness. Well, I struggle less than most. I think that will do nicely. So spray that with vinegar. And then I'll use that one to wrap it. I think I'll just put two actually. See, like I've gone and put that very symmetrical. I mean, it's not actually going to matter on this side because I'm not duplicating it, it will be rolled. But still, trying to create randomness is a challenge, even for me. Right, I think that'll do. Right, I think I'm going to use the tin for this one, which is going to cause, actually, I'm not sure it's long enough to use the tin. I'm not sure I'll get it tight enough. We'll give it a go and I might just undo it. Oh, that's the tin gone. No, I'll use the tin on the sample. The reason why I'm thinking that is because I want it to match the little one, the bigger one. So it won't match if I don't use a similar sort of thing. I made a right mess of my little leaf. Never mind, we'll work it out in a minute. In fact, it's fallen off completely. Let's see if I can get that tight on there. Go. I'll use this one then. If you're left with the tail, keep it because it's handy for getting them out. Right, now we'll do this little sample and we'll put this one on the tin and see what happens. Right, so this one I'm going to do just in onion skins. And I will put a bit of red in as well, so we can just see how that works. So if you can have like the tops of them, you can kind of create like a little flower with them, because they need to be pretty much flat. And again, depending on which side, we're not folding it over this side, but it will print differently depending on which way up you have it. Now this felt is so fine. I don't think I'm going to put anything on the other side. I think it'd be interesting just to see. This will go through. If I put it on the other side as well, we're going to lose. Oh, nearly forgot the vinegar. Right, I'll just reposition them now. Yeah, if I put something on the other side, it's just going to bleed through anyway. So we'll just lose any definition of what the print was. There we go. Now, as I say, if you have dexterity issues, using the can method will make it a lot easier to get it tight, although probably on a longer piece than this. A little bit of a crease there. Yeah, that cowl wouldn't have fitted around, I don't think. The little glass, a little small. I don't know in the end. This is going to be quite interesting actually, because there isn't that much of an overlap. So I'm really intrigued as to how this is going to turn out, because the part next to the part, I haven't gone back. I just need to tie another piece on. The bit next to the can is going to have will have a mark. You know, you'll be able to see which part was next to the can, and obviously you'll be going to be able to see where this string was as well. I'll just bring that back to the beginning. No, I won't. It's a bit more than that. you go, so that's those three. So we'll go down and get them in. Thank you. I had left the lid off and reduced some of the water in it, but I just put it back on now to bring it up to the boil. But there's my bundles. We've got the cowl that I made too small, and we have the sample that I made for the calculator, and I've also put some cotton t-shirts in there. Two I've done kind of the classic way, and one I've kind of done like a little tie-dye bundle, which I have no idea whether it's going to work. Right, I better get something to lift that lid off. The lid's only been on for a few minutes, but I'm not going to risk hurting myself. I'm going to have to change hands. My right hand won't lift that. Now, Nicola Brown says it needs to be a rolling boil, and that is not rolling. It certainly looks odd. I think we'll just try it for a couple more minutes with the lid on. It has to be said that most of, well, pretty much everything I know about eco printing, I've learnt from Nicola Brown over several boot camps and watching YouTube videos. So any successes can be credited to Nicola Brown, and any failures can be credited to me not following the rules that Nicola Brown gives, because she tries to encourage you to keep it simple, and I'm not very good at keeping things simple. But yeah, so if you have enjoyed watching this and you wanted to know more, Nicola Brown has lots of YouTube videos available on this, and she regularly does free boot camps, and you can also, there is a membership as well. Don't need any sound effects with this woodland, do you? Although I'm sure you can hear the wind on the tent. My husband found a woodpecker nest with lots of very noisy little chicks in yesterday, but I didn't ask him where it was. But still, best not to disturb them. You hear the woodpecker all the time. It's really quite funny because sometimes he goes on the shepherd's hut where there's a metal bar, and he pecks on the metal bar. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking of. Oh, we have bubbles. I mean, obviously these are going to cool it down as soon as they're in anyway. So, let's place them in. Well, that's crazy. It's bubbling more now I've put them in than before. And this is, well, that's a cotton t-shirt. Do you know I've missed one? I haven't brought the can down. I'll have to go back up and get that. Oh God, that made me jump. And I'll bring some of the eucalyptus leaves down as well, and I'll add some of those. Needs to find a space to call its own. Now it can sink. I'll just hold it down for a bit. I wonder if we can get some of the air out of it. It wants to float. Well, I'm sure it's going to create, and fortunately that's the tie-dyed one, so I'm sure it will make an interesting effect. Right, and then what I'm going to do now is put some eucalyptus in there in the water. Now I've got a load of eucalyptus twigs, which I believe also dies, so they can go in. The problem is the water's going to cool it down. It is just like making mud pies when you're a child, really. Right, let me get that lid back on. That's on quite squarely. Right, now we should just wait for hours. Wow. Well, that tie-dye, I should have come and turned that over part way, shouldn't I? Clearly. Because that's going to look a bit odd. But as you can see, everything's all looking quite black. And that is normal. That actually is normal. Also stinks. How cool is that? Right, so I don't further destroy the carpet, I'll turn this lid over and then I'll turn the gas off. And you see the stuff that's coming off it, how black it is. I'll take you out last, I think. The tin can that I nearly forgot. Nicola Brown says is to do this. And you can see it makes a lot of sense. Makes life a lot easier. She also says not to do this many bundles, but still, as I say, anything turns out well, we can credit Nicola. Everything turns out bad, blame me for not following what Nicola says at all times. Look at that, how good is that? Right, I think that was it. They won't all be black on the inside. I was hoping to see more red. Can't see a lot of red. I was expecting it to be like a really reddy black, but that might be because I've used the copper pan. We will have to see. Handy thing is with eco printing is if you don't like it, you can always eco print over it. But I'm very much hoping, as I wanted to do the cowl and have that to, well, depending on the weather, to wear or to display at the North Wales Fibre Festival. That's day after tomorrow. So I won't, and I definitely won't be eco printing tomorrow because I will be packing my car and what have you. So fingers crossed that the cowl turns out well. And also, if it turns out well, I'll put a picture of it in the thumbprint for for this video that you're watching. And so it doesn't make a very good conclusion to the 3-part series if it don't look good. But anyway, we'll see. I'm optimistic. Might not sound it, but I am. Well, now is for the really exciting bit. Right, now I know I am not one to wear gloves, but I think even I have got some common sense on this occasion. I know I'm averse to wearing gloves, but you will get black fingertips if you don't. So, and it's not a good look. Right, so my camera keeps switching off, so I'm hoping that we can get it done before, because it's not like we can just go back and do it a second time. Now I've got to try and work out which one was which now. That was the sample, wasn't it? That looks like a t-shirt. Right, okay, here we go. So I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that's the babby one, and that is the sample. So, drum roll. Right, what I didn't get is some scissors. And these, I know I talked about scissors before, I do have some Fiskars ones for like dressmaking ones that have a spring in, like, I don't know if you can see, where am I in the camera? I can't see. There's a spring there. So because I have difficulty opening my hand, it assists me, because I was right-handed before Parkinson's. And of course that's the side that the tremor affects. So, but obviously I'm not going to use my Fiskars scissors for this. So, but these are very good. And I will put a, what should we call it? Put a link in the description. Right, okay, so here's all the fun stuff coming off. This can be reused again. I mean, obviously it's been kept in an iron solution, so it's going to deteriorate quite quickly. You can see, you can only just really see where that leaf is that I wrapped around it. So we need to take that off carefully. Oh, do you know what? I meant to bring a bowl. But I could have sworn I did bring a bowl. Where have I put it? Oh, I'm excited. Please phone, don't run out of charge now, or don't just decide to stop recording now. Are we ready? Wow. I'm happy. Oh my God, I'm so happy. You know, like I was concerned there wasn't a lot of red. We have red. I'm assuming there must be some on the other side. Right, and now we're ready to open up. I can't see where ready. Oh wow. Wow. Look at that. And when it dries and we can see the silk, it's gonna look amazing. I've only tried using eucalyptus before off a eucalyptus plant that I got in a pot that was half dead, and it didn't, well, it printed, but it didn't print this colour. It was, in fact, it kind of took the colour out of other stuff. Wow. Thank you, Nicola Brown, for teaching me how to do this. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's get all these other leaves off, because obviously when we wash this, and this is where it's been tied, and I, like Nicola Brown, think it looks really nice just to have, oh look at that, oh wow, oh this is brilliant. Just look how red. Oh, I'm so pleased. I cannot wait to see what it looks like dry. Oh, it's just beautiful. Can you actually see the detail of the leaf? I hope you can. I can see my camera's not recording. Let's try and put it on record again. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll put the other camera on as well, so that we've got 2 goes at it then, haven't we? Well, I apologise, I'm having some real technical problems. My phone just keeps switching off, and I've just read that it says it's because there isn't enough storage. So just bought more storage, but still. Anyway, so I hope that I caught the unrolling of this with the front camera. I have got the top camera on, but I don't know how well that is positioned. So fingers crossed you do have the footage. But if not, just look. I could not be more pleased. I really hope that the detail has come out. These areas, this is where it was attached to the pipe, and this is where it's like a tie-dye effect from the string, and I love it. My eucalyptuses are red. I can see the veins in the leaves. It's like the sycamore kind of created the background with the confetti of the eucalyptus leaves on top. I absolutely love it. So I hope you like it too. Can't wait to see what it's like when it's been washed and dried. Well, rinsed and dried. Neutralised and dried. Right, so that's number 1. Now we'll have a look at the mini one. I mean, I had stopped using this camera and gone to using my phone because I was struggling with the camera, so fingers crossed we don't have any issues. Is that still recording? And you're still recording. Right, so this is the one. This is the one. I just cut the wrong bit. Never mind. I think I was cutting it right on a knot, to be honest, because these scissors are normally pretty good. You can just get them in there. There we go. See? Right. So this is the smaller cowl that I had realised I was doing too small and stopped. Well, I decided in the end better finish it off, and that way I can eco print it and it could work as a child's cowl. So you can have mother and daughter. So I've tried to do it in a similar fashion. Oh, I just love it. Right, now then, both cameras on. Yeah, for the reveal of this one, which we used the same types of leaves. It was the sycamore and the eucalyptus. Brilliant. I'm not quite sure where the leaves are. I think they're stuck to my pipe. funny how the pipe looks less rusty now than it did before. Whether that's the influence of the copper, I don't know. Right, both on record, brilliant. Ready for the opening. Wonderful. Right, and then you see these here. These, can you see where my fingers are? You lift them out, look what's hiding behind. Beautiful red. Love, love, love it. I'm going to have to find... I'll have to work out some mannequins so I can take these to the show on Saturday. We won't be selling them though. These will be part of my my own collection, even though I don't. My daughter is 24, so I don't think she's going to be wearing the child's one. One day I'll have grandchildren, and me and my granddaughter can wear matching cowls. Love it. It smells horrible, I have to say. Right, okay, and then here again, look how amazing that looks, where you across the sycamore you have the dark where it was on the pipe, and then the rest of it, and then the tie-dye where it was tied up. Look at this now. You can see every vein. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. And then you just wouldn't know, would you? You look at that leaf, you wouldn't know that hiding underneath it is that beautiful rusty red colour. Wonderful. Very, very happy. Ooh. Right, so shall we see how the sample went? Because those two were done the same way. They were both sycamore and eucalyptus. And this, I can't remember what we put on it. We'll find out. I know I didn't do it the same. And it might have just been onion skin. I have a feeling it was all just onion skin, but we'll see. Fortunately, handy thing about doing videos, I'm trying to cut that on the knot again. Handy thing about doing videos is I have a record of what I've done, because I'm not one to take notes. I mean, most dyers, a lot of dyers always so impress me by the note. Well, dyers, felters, craftspeople in general, they keep notes on everything, and they can refer back, and it's absolutely amazing. But it's just, it's not in my nature. You've got to work with who you are, haven't you? I mean, I appreciate it. I'm absolutely in awe of these people, but it's just not in my nature, which is why I break the Nicola Brown rules. I just, even if I try to not to, you know, to do things properly, I still, that camera's gone off. Oh. Right, glove on before the camera goes off. I'm so sorry about this. I will get better. So, no, I've just split my glove open. Never mind, I'm going to use it because I want to see what's in here. Oh, this is all a bit black. Oh yes, this was the onion skins, wasn't it? Not as keen on this one, I have to say. Let's see the other side. Oh, I like the other side though. Look at that. Because it's literally all the stripes. Oh no, I think I could make a purse out of that. Imagine a sort of, yeah, well, I'm glad that I used the onion skins on this one, on the sample piece. maybe once it's been washed, I'm not actually seeing much in the way of onion. Where is the actual onion skin? Or is it still on it and I'm just... Right, if that's the side we wrapped up, then this has got onion skin on it. But I think it's just literally disappeared. It's just melted away. Anyway, I think that's going to look better once it's been rinsed, because I think it's going to have some colour, like some ready bits, and the green stripes. I do like the fact that the stripes have come through to the other side, so that's nice. So anyway, we'll see. Not as lovely as the first two, and the first two are the most important, so that's really good. Right, so I will get those washed and dried, and then we'll have the reveal. And I'm so sorry again for all the technical faults. I hope that between everything that I have managed to capture, that I can put a video together that's tolerable. But yeah, hopefully. Anyway, I am planning on doing YouTube a lot more often. I am debating, there's courses that I had planned that I'm thinking about just doing for free on YouTube. There's a lot to think about, but I will definitely be posting. I'll definitely be posting on YouTube very regularly. So please do subscribe and support me. I really, at the moment, how many subscribers do I have? 30 subscribers. I had a new one yesterday and a new one the day before, and each time I get one I'm so excited. So please do subscribe to the channel, and I hope you get some enjoyment out of the videos. I promise they will get better. I will get this technology sorted. I will get control of it, I promise you. So yeah, so please do join me for whatever I create next. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.